I've always been a law-abiding citizen, which is why I was pretty sure breaking into my ex-girlfriend's house in the middle of the night didn't technically count. I told myself it was a simple dog rescue mission. I didn't expect it to be live-streamed to the entire country, turning me into a national talking point. Chloe and I got 2 dogs when we were together. When we broke up, we each took one. But after 6 months, my dog, Nugget, was constantly moping around. I'd cradle his head in my hands and ask, "What's up, buddy? You miss your brother?" His eyes would light up. So for the sake of my dog's mental health, I decided to go liberate his brother. I did my research. I watched a dozen YouTube videos on stealth entries and even consulted a few Reddit threads on the matter. The plan was solid. Go in late, grab the dog, and run. A clean, flawless operation. I even checked my horoscope, which promised an auspicious day. Under the cover of darkness, I made my way to a high-end, gated community in the Hollywood Hills. I used to be a resident, so I breezed past security and navigated the winding roads to Chloe Vance's place like it was second nature. On a whim, I tried the old keypad code. It clicked open. My horoscope wasn't kidding. This idiot didn't even change the code, I thought with a smirk. And they gave her an Oscar. I slipped through the door. "Machi, my man, Daddy's here to take you home." My darling firstborn, Machi, scrambled up from his dog bed, his tail a blur as he bounded toward me. I knelt down and ruffled the fur on his head. Same old fluffy Machi. It felt good. "Come on, boy. Leash on. We're going home," I whispered, giddy with my success. I was going to have to leave a 5-star review on that horoscope app. But just as I was about to lead him out, the living room lights flared on. My heart hammered against my ribs. And there, standing by the couch, was Chloe. Her face was a mask of pure shock, which quickly melted into a raised eyebrow smirk. "Leo, Carter, are you trying to steal my dog?" "What? No, I wasn't," I stammered, clutching the leash tighter, ready to make a break for it. But Machi, the little traitor, looked at me, then at Chloe, and bolted straight for her. I stumbled forward, dragged into the house by the leash. Who am I? Where am I? Machi was already free, wagging his tail at Chloe's feet. She knelt, scratching behind his ears. "Good boy," she cooed. Didn't run off with a stranger. Machi's tail wagged even harder. I just stood there, cringing so hard I felt like I could fold in on myself. "Well, since you're home, I'll just be going," I mumbled. The mission was a bust. Time for plan B, run. And tomorrow, I was definitely canceling my horoscope subscription. Chloe stepped in front of me, blocking my escape. "Breaking and entering. And now you want to run?" she said, her voice dangerously calm. What else could I do? I fell back on righteous indignation. This isn't breaking and entering. I have a claim to that dog. Machi's my son, too. Can't a father visit his son? Note to self. Egg the astrologer's house later. A playful, almost dangerous glint appeared in her eyes. "In the middle of the night? You came to see the dog. Who else would I be here to see? You." The words flew out of my mouth before my brain could stop them. My mouth has a tendency to sprint while my brain is still lacing up its running shoes. Sure enough, Chloe's eyes lit up. Getting caught was bad enough. But seeing that look on my ex-girlfriend's face, that I knew you still cared look, was infuriating. Fine. I decided to lean into it. I threw myself onto her ridiculously expensive sofa. "Yeah, I came for the dog." "So what? Call the cops." Seeing me upset, Machi trotted over, rubbing his head against my leg. I muttered, "You little Benedict Arnold," while pulling his favorite squeaky ball from my pocket. Suddenly, Chloe's phone rang. I flinched. Was she actually calling the cops? Then I realized how dumb that was. The police don't usually call you first. I couldn't hear the other side of the conversation, but Chloe's expression grew tense. Her brow furrowed, then smoothed out. After she hung up, she just stared at me, looking like she wanted to say something but couldn't find the words. "I'm not a patient man." "What? What happened? Does this have something to do with me?" "I was just here to borrow the dog." Chloe nodded slowly, then dropped the bomb. "That was my producer. I forgot to tell you. I'm filming a show." My mind went completely blank. What is she talking about? She gestured with her head toward a discreet camera mounted in the corner of the ceiling. "It's a reality show. Taping a home." She turned back to me, her expression unreadable. "And, it's live." I wanted to scream. If I committed a crime, let me be judged by a jury of my peers, not have my botched dognapping live stream to the entire nation. My hand shook as I pulled out my phone and opened Twitter. The trending topics were a nightmare. Given Chloe's fame, 2 of the top 3 were about us. Hashtag Chloe Vance living with mystery man. Hashtag who looks at the dog with more love in her eye. Clicked on the first tag, my blood running cold. The feed was a torrent of real-time reactions. OMG, you guys have to watch Chloe Vance's live stream right now. Major drama. Some guy just broke into her house. Who's this dude? He has the code to her place. Gotta be her boyfriend. He seems to know her dog really well. What do they say? Chloe went to take a shower and took her mic off, so we can't hear anything. This is torture. We need a lip reader. Stat. Lip readers assemble. The chat was a waterfall of pleas for a lip-reading expert. Then, a hero emerged. Okay, expert here. When he first came in, it was too dark to see his mouth. Then Chloe was blocking him. The chat immediately turned. Useless. Get him out of here. Next, look, relax, people. The way he looks at the dog is way more intense than the way he looks at Chloe. I think anyone worried this is a romance can stand down. Who doesn't love dogs? The dog love angle was gaining traction, keeping the topic hot. Just then, my agent called. A knot of dread formed in my stomach. As expected, the second I answered, her voice roared through the phone. Leo, what the hell are you doing at Chloe Vance's house in the middle of the night? I thought you two broke up. Explain yourself. Chloe, sitting right next to me, heard every word. A smirk played on her lips as she watched me squirm. Nugget missed his brother, I said, trying to sound reasonable. I just came to pick Machi up, for the kid's sake. I'm sorry. I messed up. I'll get on my knees and beg, Sarah. Just save me. There was a pause on the other end. Good for nothing except apologizing. Stay put. Don't move. They can't hear what you're saying anyway. So just be polite. Whatever you do, don't start a fight. She hung up. You want to start a fight with me? Chloe asked, her voice laced with amusement. My agent's warning was pointless. Chloe's family was full of martial arts fanatics. She had a black belt in Krav Maga. If we fought, there were only two possible outcomes. One, she'd put me in the hospital, or two, I'd end up in the hospital. What, did I have a death wish? But being polite to my ex? I was a bridge too far. Chloe had obviously heard my agent's warning. A triumphant smile spread across her face. So, Nugget missed his brother? Are you sure that's all it was? What else would it be? You think I miss you? Don't be ridiculous. We broke up ages ago. You don't seriously think I'm still hung up on you, do you? That's just sad. We should both move on. Since you caught me, there's nothing more to say. Let's just pretend this never happened. I was sweating buckets as the words tumbled out. After my rambling speech, Chloe's head dropped and the playful atmosphere vanished. She let out a short, self-deprecating laugh. And here I thought you came for me. Turns out, in your eyes, I don't even rank as high as a dog. Wait, what? A dog? Machi's not just any dog. And you thought what? It finally clicked. She thought I was here for her. I looked at my ex-girlfriend. The soft nighttime lighting gave her a certain glow, highlighting the fact that she was, objectively, one of the most beautiful women on the planet. Her eyes were downcast, and the tiny mole near the corner of her eyes seemed to be mocking me. Without thinking, I blurted out, "Are you insane?" The moment the words left my mouth, I froze. Damn it, mouth. Can the brain ever catch up? I waved my hands frantically. That's not what I meant. I mean, why would you think I was here for you? No, wait, that's not it either. Just, forget I said anything. Chloe let out a small, quiet laugh. Yeah, I guess I am. I was officially in over my head. Botched dognapping I could handle. But what do you do when your ex-girlfriend might be losing her mind? I needed help. ASAP. Just then my phone buzzed. It was a text from Sarah. What the hell are you saying? Check Twitter. What? I thought they couldn't hear us. They couldn't hear, but after I sat down, the camera had a perfect shot of my face. And the internet's lip-reading experts had been hard at work, weaving their own narrative. Lip reader number 2 here. Okay, Leo Carter just said he was there to fulfill his and the child's wish. OMG, they have a kid. Case closed. This guy's an actor too, Leo Carter. Pretty low-key, no scandals, which is code for not famous. He said, I was wrong. My mind immediately jumped to a cheating storyline. Did Chloe get cheated on? He said he's still thinking about Chloe, that even though he wants to move on, he can't. What? He said he got caught and has nothing to say, just hopes Chloe can pretend it never happened. This lip reader is a genius. So detailed. 666. So he cheated, she found out, and now he's begging for another chance? That would explain why Chloe looks so heartbroken. OMG, I think we've cracked it. I stare at my phone dumbfounded. What school of lip reading did these people graduate from? This was pure fanfiction. They should be arrested for crimes against communication. Chloe was on her phone too. I watched as she lounged back on the sofa, her long fingers flying across the screen. Man, her hands were... Wait, that phone screen was huge. To my horror, I realized Chloe was actively engaging with the online commentary. Comment. He looks at the dog with more love than you. Chloe's reply. Nonsense. He clearly looks at me with more love. Comment. Do you two have kids? Chloe's reply. Yes, we have 2 children. A few minutes later, Chloe Vance responds was the #1 trending topic in the country. I lost it. I lunged for her phone, intending to delete the posts, but she caught my wrist in an iron grip. I couldn't move. Chloe, let go. You've gone too far. Then call the cops, she said coolly. Why did that line sound so familiar? I gave up. I should have just come back another day. That damn horoscope. I swear I will find that astrologer, and we'll have words. We stayed like that for a moment, locked in a stalemate. Then she spoke, her voice quiet. Did you ever regret it? Breaking up? Even for a second? I froze. The question hit me like a punch to the gut. Of course I had, but what was the point of saying it now? Seeing my hesitation, she suddenly smiled, a sad, knowing smile. Okay, I get it. Don't worry, this won't cause you any trouble. When Chloe said something wouldn't be trouble, it meant it. Later that night, after the internet had a full-blown meltdown, she posted again on Instagram. It was a picture of Machi and Nugget cuddled together. The caption read, "Everyone meet my 2 kids." Her PR team immediately released a statement explaining that Leo Carter and Chloe Vance were old friends who had co-adopted 2 rescue dogs years ago. I was just stopping by at her request to take the dogs for a walk and happened to catch her home. It was a flimsy excuse, but it was enough to quell the fire. I didn't get in trouble. In fact, I gained a ton of followers. My comments section was flooded. What's it like being friends with Chloe Vance? Dude, how'd I get to know Chloe Vance? I want to pet her dogs. They look so fluffy. I feel like I just discovered a hidden gem. With your looks, you're going to be a star. A few days later, my agent Sarah called. I got you a gig. It's a reality show. Don't screw this up. When she sent the details, my jaw dropped. It was a show with Chloe. Sarah, me on a show with her? I don't think that's a good idea. What? You can't work together because you broke up? She shot back, her voice dripping with scorn. Are you going to throw away your career because of a breakup? You're nobody, Leo. You finally have a tiny bit of buzz. Are you really going to waste it? Her words were like 3 daggers, each one hitting its mark. I gritted my teeth. Of course not. And so, after the great dog heist of Hollywood Hills, I found myself sharing a screen with Chloe Vance once again. It was a show about celebrity friendships, and we were one of the featured pairs. The show kicked off with an interview. So, the host began, "How many years have you 2 known each other?" I did the math. I met her when I was 20, so a little over 7 years. To make our friendship sound more solid, I rounded up. 8 years, I said. At the exact same time, Chloe said 10 years. She's bad at math, I added quickly. The first question, and we were already a mess. The host looked confused. So, which is it? It's 10, Chloe insisted, shooting me a look. I got the message. On camera, she called the shots. I nodded vigorously. Right, 10 years. I'm bad at math. And do you remember the first time you met? The host asked. I did. I was working on a student film for a class and needed an actress. Chloe was the undisputed queen of the drama department. So I, in a moment of sheer audacity, waited for her outside her dorm. Chloe? Hi. I'm working on a class project and was wondering if you'd be willing to be in it. I'd asked. She had just gotten back from a run, her face flushed and beaded with sweat, her lips slightly parted as she caught her breath. She just stared at me and said, huh? Remembering her dazed expression, I couldn't help but smile. But Chloe answered first. It was the freshman year winter gala. He was the host. He was practically glowing on stage. Not just the host, but I was stunned. She knew I was back in freshman year. The host gushed about our decade-long friendship, but I was still reeling. I was the host of that gala, sure, but I had no idea who she was back then. After the intro, the unscripted portion began. We had brought Nugget and Machi with us to the house where we were filming. The second Nugget saw his brother. He transformed into a new dog, tearing around the yard with pure joy. Chloe went inside to cook, calling over her shoulder, "Play with the dogs, but don't let them run around for too long. And don't leave the yard. It's not safe with the canyon right there." Got it. I didn't answer, just made Machi nod his head at her. Who was she talking to? I was a seasoned pro at dog parenting. I spent a while chasing them around the yard, feeling more relaxed and happy than I had in months, completely missing the fact that Chloe was watching me the entire time. The live stream chat was going wild, and they call this friendship. The way they interact is giving me life. One of them is playing, the other is smiling. Did anyone else notice that Chloe put peppers in everything? I thought she hated spicy food. To the person above, check out Leo's old Instagram posts. The man lives for spicy food. When we sat down to eat, I noticed every single dish was loaded with chili peppers. You can't eat spicy food, I said, confused. Why do you make everything so hot? Chloe tossed her hair back. Can I? I've grown over the years, you know. Try some. She put a piece of Kung Pao chicken in my bowl. I was hungry, so who was I to complain? You know, I said after a bite. Your cooking is seriously amazing. This is like Michelin star level. Wait, who taught you to make Kung Pao chicken with sugar? Chloe froze. She rarely cooked, so she never tasted things as she went. Hearing what I said, she hesitantly tried each dish. From her scrunched-up face, it was clear she'd mixed up the salt and sugar. "I can't believe you," I said, exasperated. "You didn't have to poison me to get revenge." Okay, wait here. I'll remake it. It'll be quick," she said, disappearing into the kitchen. Chloe sat primly on the floor, managing the two hyper dogs, and muttered under her breath, "Okay, guys, I made Daddy mad. Help me think of a way to cheer him up." I was busy in the kitchen and didn't hear her, but the audience did. "Nugget and Machi, you're asking us?" I really thought Chloe was a secret culinary genius. Turns out she can't cook at all. LMAO. Are we sure they're just friends? Are we really sure? Go check the other trending topic. Someone dug up old photos of them. They used to wear matching rings. Some gossip account had unearthed ancient photos of me and Chloe. They weren't formal pictures, no posed shots. It was a spontaneous moment, the two of us laughing at each other on some small town street. The background a chaotic mess. Nothing like the perfectly curated, aesthetically pleasing photos people post now. In the picture, on our clasped hands, you could clearly see the matching rings we had made for each other the day before. The photo went viral instantly. Hashtag Leo Carter Clovance throwback. Hashtag Lo and Chloe's matching rings. Okay, it's confirmed. They dated. Wow, Leo looked so young and innocent. Chloe's smile is so genuine here. Can we talk about the vibe of this photo? It's 1,000 times better than all the manufactured celebrity couple pics. But they don't act like a couple now. So they broke up? Makes sense. They haven't been photographed together in years. And Chloe said in an interview she was single. I think they're exes. For sure. I just went through all of Leo Carter's old posts. The guy posts about his dumplings falling apart. There's zero trace of a relationship. Dude, he has thousands of posts. You went through all of them? You're a legend. So we're watching exes on a reality show? This just got 10 times more interesting. Everyone needs to watch this. Oh, mail you guys. Go look at the live feed. Chloe is in timeout. During filming, our phones were confiscated, cutting us off from the outside world. So, even as the internet was having a collective meltdown, Chloe and I were completely oblivious. All I knew was that she had turned Kung Pao chicken into a dessert, and I was in the kitchen fixing her mistake. A moment later, Chloe walked in with the two dogs. The dogs trotted in confidently. Chloe followed, looking sheepish. "What are you three doing in here?" I asked. She gave me a sycophantic smile. "I came to be your sous chef." Nugget and Machi started wagging their tails furiously, trying to herd her toward me. I had to laugh. "I don't need your help. If you feel guilty, go stand in the corner. Don't distract me." I was just kidding, but when I came out with the food, I saw her standing ramrod straight, facing the wall. Her posture was perfect, like a soldier at attention, a testament to her family's martial arts discipline. She turned her head slightly to hiss at the dogs beside her. "Stop fidgeting. Be serious. This is a mission from your father." Did I mention that my command was for her to stand in the corner, not the dogs? But seeing the three of them there, a bizarrely cute and harmonious little family, I secretly wished time would slow down, just for a little bit. The chat exploded with laughter. Nugget and Machi. Whose dogs are we anyway? Chloe, you made the mistake. Don't drag the kids into it. The children are innocent. Leo, I'm reporting a crime. Chloe keeps sneaking glances at you. She's not taking her punishment seriously. I'm just saying, what is this if not a family of four? Next, the producers gave us a choice for our activity, a peaceful boat ride on the lake or bungee jumping. I was a nobody. She was the A-lister. I politely gestured for her to choose, while my eyes screamed, "Pick the lake, pick the lake." Chloe caught my signal, gave me a reassuring look, and then announced decisively, "Bungee jumping." That was the sound of my soul shattering. If looks could kill, she'd be dead 1,000 times over. The entire drive there, I plotted my escape, but mostly I just thought, she really doesn't remember I'm terrified of heights. It really has been that long. A wave of melancholy washed over me. Sitting beside me, Chloe seemed to notice my mood shift. She discreetly squeezed my hand. I jumped, yanking my hand back and frantically looking around. The cameras were pointed out the window at the scenery. I let out a breath. "What do you think you're doing?" I whispered, trying to sound threatening. "Don't make me slap you." It came out a lot less intimidating than I'd hoped. Chloe just chuckled. Go ahead. As if. Slap her today. Get canceled tomorrow. Find my body in a ditch the day after. I shot her a glare and slid as far away as I could. I don't start fights, but I'm smart enough to avoid them. Chloe just watched me move away, an amused, helpless smile on her face. I spent the whole walk up to the platform giving myself a pep talk, but standing on the edge, I was shaking like a leaf. The wind was so strong up here. "Mom, I'm scared. I want to go home." Suddenly, Chloe pulled me behind her. "He's not jumping," she told the instructor with a smile. "I am." I stared at her. my panic momentarily replaced by confusion. Now, she remembers I can't jump? But I was already here. If I backed out now, I'd be torn to shreds online. Thinking of my career, I pushed past her. No, it's fine. I can do it. She blocked me again, looking me dead in the eye, a faint smile on her lips. Leo's afraid of heights. I'm the one who wanted to do this. I drag him along to keep me company. If something happened to him, I couldn't live with myself. Oh, so she was taking all the blame? Fine by me. That's what you get. The classy thing to do was to accept her offer. I gave her a thumbs up. You got this. I believe in you. Chloe's figure was genuinely incredible. All curves and long legs, skin that seemed to glow. As the wind whipped around her, outlining her silhouette, my mind started to wander. Respectfully, could she just be my wife? This subtle, wind-blown look is so much hotter than just showing off. Damn, she's not holding back for us. I think I know why Chloe picked bungee jumping. Look at the way Leo is staring at her. He's all of us. Hold up, we're not like Leo. Chloe is actually in front of him. I can't with these two. He's smiling like an idiot at her, and she keeps sneaking glances at him. Can you two just kiss for no reason? Do it for me. It was all Chloe's fault for being so damn distracting. I stared for a full 10 seconds before remembering we were on camera. I quickly looked away, pretending to admire the view. I made the mistake of looking down and almost had a heart attack. I knew it was high, but I didn't realize it was this high. There was a river down there. I glanced at Chloe, a little worried. Was she really going to do this? There were safety measures, of course, but what if they failed? What if something went wrong? Without thinking, I tugged on her arm. Hey, Chloe, are you sure you want to do this? If you're scared, we don't have to. My voice trailed off as I remembered she had chosen this. She loved extreme sports. Why would she be scared? I dropped her arm, feeling stupid, and looked down at my feet. But Chloe met my gaze, a smile playing on her lips. Are you worried about me? I shook my head vigorously. What? No, don't be ridiculous. Come on, mouth, help me out here. Her smile widened. She let out a little hum, looking completely relaxed and thrilled. My anxiety instantly eased. If she was ready, who was I to be a backseat driver? Besides, the instructors looked like total pros. They had checked everything twice. It would be fine. But when she leaned back and fell, my heart still leaped into my throat. As she plunged toward the river below, I felt like I was the one left hanging in the air, my heart suspended, refusing to beat until she was safe. I'm not going to lie. When she fell, a part of me died. Thanks, I have a new phobia. I feel like I just had a near-death experience. I have a fear of heights. Producers, please don't show me this. Leo is genuinely terrified. His face is completely white. When Chloe was hauled back up to the platform, her hair was a mess and her clothes were windswept, but she radiated a kind of chaotic beauty. She shot me a triumphant grin, looking like a proud golden retriever. I, on the other hand, was a wreck. My face was pale, my eyes glazed over. Anyone watching would have thought I was the one who just jumped. Chloe waved a hand in front of my face. Hello, Earth to Leo. You stunned? Overcome by my awesomeness? I know, I'm pretty cool. No need to worship me. Her teasing snapped me back to reality. I managed a weak smile. On the way back, Chloe noticed I still looked a little green. She handed me her water bottle. I took it without thinking and took a big gulp. As I did, she leaned in and whispered in my ear. You were worried about me, weren't you? What secrets are they sharing that I, a paying subscriber, can't hear? Wait, isn't that Chloe's personal water bottle? I've seen it in behind-the-scenes photos from her movies. Nobody seems to have noticed. To the person above, I advise you to mind your business. LOL, don't tell Leo. Let him drink. Chloe, you are not even trying to hide it. Hello, there are cameras. Why is Leo the one who looked sick when Chloe was the one who jumped? Chloe, mission accomplished. Chloe announced that since I had bravely accompanied her bungee jumping, I could choose the next activity, foraging for wild mushrooms in the mountains or a boat ride on the lake. I couldn't decide. Why not both? Only kids make choices, I blurted out. I want to do both. The production crew looked startled, but Chloe just laughed and agreed. Good point. Me too. See? We're so in sync. Yes, so in sync. Chloe, did you even hear the options? You were too busy staring at Leo. Pop quiz. Chloe, what are your next activities? Chloe, hanging out with my boyfriend. The person above must be a mind reader. The schedule was tight, but in the end, we managed to fit in both activities. First, we went mushroom hunting in the mountains. The show hired a local guide to help us. Chloe, with her sharp eyes, spotted a brilliantly colored mushroom and yelled, Leo, look how big this one is. I gave her a helpful tip. Red and white, you're dead by night. She immediately dragged me a good 5 feet away from it. Neither of us had any experience, so we stuck to the guide like glue. He pointed, I picked. Chloe's job was to provide emotional support. Whoa, that's huge. So fresh. Look how many we've got. Leo, you're amazing. Finally, holding up the basket full of dirt-covered mushrooms, she declared, "You're a genius. This is going to be insanely delicious." Her flattery was amateurish, but it worked. I was beaming. When we got back to the house, the dogs, who hadn't seen us all morning, came bounding over, tails wagging. I quickly lifted the basket over my head. "Whoa, not so fast, you two. One lick of these, and you might get sick. Your mother would be worried." They didn't understand, of course. They just thought I was playing, jumping up even more excitedly, their fluffy tails brushing against my legs. It made my heart feel warm. Cooking wild mushrooms requires caution, so I firmly vetoed the idea of kitchen disaster Chloe helping me. Full of confidence, I followed the guide's instructions. When the dish was ready, the aroma filled the house. One woman and 2 dogs waited eagerly at the kitchen door, but they remembered my warning and didn't dare cross the threshold. I chuckled. The whole meal was a cheerful affair. That afternoon, we headed to the lake. We had 2 options: pay for a guide to paddle for us while we enjoyed the view, or paddle ourselves. I was about to choose the easy option when Chloe coughed beside me. I looked at her, confused. She touched her nose, looking embarrassed. Our budget for the show was running low. The implication was clear. We had to paddle ourselves. I looked out at the other self-paddled boats on the lake, most of them bumping into each other chaotically. I had my doubts. Can we really do this? Chloe puffed out her chest. "Don't worry, I've got this. I'm a pro." To add credibility, she even did a few air paddling motions. All right, I trust her. The chat, however, did not. "Leo, my man, she's playing you. The show's budget is fine. I can hear the gears turning in Chloe's head from here. She's just trying to get you alone." "Chloe, honey, you're not even being subtle. This is some straight-up Animal Kingdom mating ritual. The person above is right. This isn't like a mating ritual. It's a mating ritual." I, of course, knew none of this and happily placed my fate in her hands. Half an hour later, I was exhausted. We had moved maybe 500 yards and had scraped against every single rock wall along shore. My arms ached, and when I looked at my hands, they were black with grime. Chloe, meanwhile, was having a great time. Oomph. The oars weren't very clean. I slyly wiped my hand on her shirt, instantly creating a chic gray and white tie-dye effect. I was pleased. Chloe just looked at me, exasperated. "I was watching you the whole time." As she spoke, another boat rear-ended us. I glared at her. "Why are you watching me?" "Paddle." Fine, fine. Your wish is my command." Grinning, Chloe started paddling with renewed vigor, giving me directions. "You go forward." "Good, right direction." "Okay, you can stop now." With the boat finally on a straight course, I began to relax and enjoy the ride. With no one else around, Chloe suddenly took off her microphone pack. "Don't want this to get wet," she explained, setting it aside. Then, she reached over and removed mine, too. A cool breeze drifted across the lake. It was perfect. Just as I was sinking into the moment, Chloe asked in a low voice, "Leo, can I try again? With us?" I was so shocked, I nearly fell out of the boat. I stared at her like she was a ghost, unable to say a word. Seeing my silence, Chloe grew anxious. "I'm serious. I'm not just playing around. If this is too sudden, I'm sorry. You don't have to answer right now. I can wait." Her face was etched with worry, while my mind was just a blur of white noise. The audience, meanwhile, "Can't the drone camera fly a little closer? Fly right between them, so I can hear. Can we get a special release of all their whisper conversations? I'd pay for that. Is it just me, or is the atmosphere between them super weird? Why are they sitting so far apart? Kiss. Just kiss and break the tension." I've never seen Chloe look this nervous. The viewers were having the time of their lives. Their curiosity piqued. I, on the other hand, was dying of awkwardness. We paddled the rest of the way in silence. When we finally reached the shore, I practically fled. But as I was running, I noticed something odd. Why did my cameraman's camera have a horn growing out of it? Someone tapped me on the shoulder. It was Chloe, her voice full of surprise. "Leo, that horn on your head is actually kind of cute." My head suddenly felt dizzy. And why did Chloe have 2 heads? I woke up in a hospital. Turns out, I was so busy making fun of Chloe's cooking that I forgot my own skills were just as questionable. The mushrooms we ate for lunch hadn't been cooked through. My first thought was about the leftover mushrooms. They need to be recooked. Just then, the door to my room creaked open, and Chloe's head popped in. She gave an awkward smile. "Oh, you're awake. I was just, checking on you. Can I come in?" I suddenly remembered her confession. Wait, that was a confession, right? I zoned out for a second. Chloe took my silence as a rejection. Her face fell. "Okay, I'll come back later," she mumbled, starting to close the door. Was she serious? She was leaving that fast. I was about to call her back when the door flew open again. Chloe rushed in, her eyes squeezed shut. She stopped by my bedside and unleashed a torrent of words. Leo, I didn't know if you still to really lick you on to haven cut and over your thighs all the time into think moving in buff that sulfica was pretending and die on lidded this showed up with you wind and a wind twant marebitijus twanteto sign dwinipisida like who'd think about the nifia reg. After that breathless monologue, she cautiously opened her eyes, waiting for my reaction. All I could think was, damn, Chloe has some serious lung capacity. We could probably kiss for a really long time. What did that feel like again? It's been too long. I forgot. It didn't stop me from subconsciously licking my lips. Chloe's face was flushed from a mix of nerves and passion. Her lips looked soft. I knew they were very soft. Should I say yes? The thought popped into my head, and I immediately shot it down. She's an A-list celebrity. What could I possibly offer her? A few days together, and I was already getting delusional. I was about to let her down gently when the hospital room door was thrown open again. Chloe and I both whipped our heads toward the door. My agent, Sarah, rushed in, her eyes darting between us and her phone. Oh good, you're both here. Chloe's agent was right behind her. She spotted Chloe and nearly jumped. There you are. Can't you be a little more subtle? Chasing him this hard. Anyway, since you're both here, you should probably check Twitter. This was the first time since the show started that I'd seen any of the online feedback. I nervously opened the app. Lip reader number 3 coming in hot, people. Chloe told Leo she wasn't playing around. She wants to get back together with him. My ship confessed on air. OMG. I approve this marriage. When's the wedding? We'll also be on the show. LMAO. Wait, why did they both pass out? Don't tell me it was the mushrooms. It was the mushrooms. The show just put out a statement. The top 3 trending topics were all about us. Hashtag Chloe Vance confesses to Leo Carter. Hashtag Lo and Chloe hospitalized for mushroom poisoning. Hashtag Lo and Clochonitis because we had both ended up in the hospital. The producers had to pause filming until we recovered. Sarah was thrilled with my newfound popularity. Glad you're okay, she said, before promptly disappearing. Chloe's agent gave her a thumbs up before following suit. They were like a tornado, in and out, leaving chaos in their wake. Chloe and I were left staring at each other in the wreckage of their visit. She broke the silence. If you're going to reject me, just don't say anything. Okay, my lips are sealed. No, wait, she said, panicked. What's wrong with me? Tell me, and I'll change. Just give me a chance. Honestly, nothing was wrong with her. My mind searched for a deflection. How long have we been out? Nugget and Machi must be worried. Chloe looked like she was about to explode. You're thinking about the dogs right now. I'm thinking about you. I blurted out. The words hung in the air. I fell silent. That stupid mouth, acting on its own again, telling the truth without permission. Chloe's eyes lit up. You're really thinking about me? So, does that mean I have a chance? Well, small one, maybe. I read somewhere that a bad parental relationship can affect a child's development. So, for their mental health, I said, gesturing vaguely, I think I can agree to this. With every word I said, the fire in Chloe's eyes burned brighter. Finally, she couldn't take it anymore and threw her arms around me. Okay, we'll be good role models for them. Leo, thank you for coming back to me. Don't mention it, I said, pulling her closer. Now, how about a kiss to seal the deal? To hell with it. I was going to kiss her. Even if we broke up again later, at least I wouldn't have this regret. Carpe diem. Live one day at a time. The happiest ones about our reconciliation were, without a doubt, Machi and Nugget. When they saw us a few days later, they were ecstatic, jumping all over me. Chloe had an arm around each of them, murmuring, "Thank you, my sweet babies. For now on, whatever you want, just tell Mama." She wasn't even pretending anymore, radiating pure, unfiltered love. The live stream chat went into overdrive. Wait, she's Mama, and Leo is Daddy. What does that make their relationship? Dude, Chloe is practically tattooed. I'm dating Leo on her forehead. How are you still asking? You must be new here. I suggest you start from the beginning with the dognapping incident. This is my first time witnessing happiness in real time. I'm a little nervous. When do we throw confetti? And so, on the day of the show's finale, we made it official. Chloe quote-tweeted the gossip account that had first posted our old photo. Chloe Vance, at Chloe Vance Official, thanks for this. You even restore the photo. I don't have a copy this clear. Mind if I use it? Then she posted a new tweet. Let me introduce you all to Leo Carter. My one and only. My name shot to the top of the trending list. I was cringing at how cheesy it was, but Chloe was right there, nuzzling my cheek. You have to post something too, or I'll look pathetic. All right. I reposted her tweet, adding a recent picture of the 4 of us. 2 people, 2 dogs. One happy family. Thank God I never have to steal a dog again.